Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying out something relatively new, which is digital art. Today I'm going to be giving you a quick introduction of it using an app called Autodesk Sketchbook. You can work with a variety of tools, colors, and different layers. So let's go ahead and get started. When you open your app, it shows you your gallery of sketches that you've created. If you're new to the app, you can go ahead and click the plus icon at the bottom of your screen and then click New Sketch. This shows you a template of your drawing and you can change the width and height of it if you like. Then click Create. I'm going to start by showing you the left side of my screen. You're going to click the icon at the top of the bar and then click Library, where you can access a variety of different tools and you can use a lot of different textures to enhance your drawings. You can also use different shapes and even splatters. Now let me go over to the right side of my screen and show you how the layers work. On the right side, there's a box that represents the layer that you're drawing on. On the top, there's an eye icon, and at the bottom, there's a lock icon. Now let me go ahead and draw something. You can see that the drawing is also visible on the actual layer. If I click the eye icon, then the layer will not be visible. This doesn't mean that it's deleted, it just can't be seen. If I click the eye icon again, then the layer will be visible again. Now let me show you how the lock icon works. The lock icon is usually open, but if you choose to close it, it'll look like this. If you try to draw on a layer when the lock icon is closed, it won't work, so make sure that you leave it open when you draw. You can add a new layer by clicking the plus icon at the top. When you add a layer, it looks like this, and the layer that you're on is determined by this blue outline. Now let me show you how I would create a drawing using these layers. First, on an initial layer, I'm going to go ahead and grab a pencil and sketch a quick design. Now I'm going to add another layer, and making sure it's on the top, I'm going to grab a pen and ink the design. Now make sure that the pencil layer is at the bottom and the inked layer is at the top. Now I'm going to select the pencil layer, click on it, and then I'm going to delete it. Now we're only left with an inked layer. Now I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer, but this time I'm going to click and drag it to the bottom of the inked layer. Now let's go ahead and start coloring. I'm going to click the rainbow circle at the bottom of the bar. And this is where you can access a variety of different colors. The circle at the top determines what color you're currently on. So to change that, you can click the icon at the bottom. This is where you can create your own custom colors by moving around the circles. I'm creating a light yellow color. Now to choose a tool. I'm clicking on the fountain pen and then clicking on settings, where you can change the size and the opacity of a tool. Now I'm going to go ahead and start coloring, but still make sure you're on the bottom layer. Since I'm coloring on the bottom layer, the top inked layer is not moved or bothered. This was just a quick peek at how I would use the layers and tools to my advantage. Now let's get to drawing something a little bit more advanced. Before we move on with the video, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to the artist Naomi_Lord. They're the inspiration for some of the designs that I've created, so be sure to go ahead and check them out. Alright, now let's really get into the drawing. Starting with my first initial layer, I'm going to click on the primary pencil, making sure that the size is 2.3 and the opacity is 54%. I'm going to start the penguin off by drawing its head with a circle shape. Then I'm going to draw the penguin's body with a larger circle shape underneath the smaller one. I'm going to draw its arms with two cone shapes coming out of its large body. Then I'm just going to quickly draw the penguin's very fluffy rear end. And then draw the penguin's feet by drawing a U shape and 3 bumps on the top of it. I'm still on that initial pencil layer, and I'm just adding some more fluff and reshaping some of the penguin's features to my liking. The head shape is a sort of a gumdrop shape, and I've just added more chubbiness and fluff to the penguin. Now I'm sketching in the facial features of the penguin with a little bit of a crooked eye, and I'm adding some blush. So I've gone ahead and added a new layer so I can go ahead and start inking, and I'm starting off with the eyes. And I've just kind of gone over all of the pencil lines that I want to keep. Now I'm going ahead and grabbing some dark grays and some dark pinks to create some different values. And I'm using the blend tool to go ahead and blend out all of those values to make it look seamless. Just blending out those edges of the fluff, and then taking a light purpley mauve shade and increasing the size of my blending tool and making big patches of fluff. Now I'm going ahead and taking a darker maroonish purple shade and just outlining the penguin and adding some line weight and variation. I think this penguin is looking really cute so far, but I still want to go ahead and add a little bit more shading, so I'm getting my fountain pen and adding some values and then using my blending tool to blend it out. Now for a fun pop of color, I'm taking a light pink color and I'm just highlighting some of the areas of the penguin that I think the light would touch. Then taking a baby pink color and going over the darker pink. And I'm also creating some highlights in the eyes. Now I'm creating an orange to color in the beak and the feet. I'm creating a brown and purple as well to create some shading and value for the feet. I'm also reducing the opacity of a pink fountain pen to create the blush for the penguin. And then taking some other colors and reducing the opacity of them to create some more highlights. Now I wanted to add a lot more value to the penguin, so I decided to go in with some more purple and shade that in. Then I decided to take a dark gray and outline the border between where the penguin's fluff is white and where its fluff is black. Then just shading that in with my blending tool. Now, using my black fountain pen, I'm just adding little patches of fluff and using my blending tool to blend it out. This is just to add a little more dimension. And this is the finished result. I really enjoyed drawing this. Now it's time to move on to the next drawing. For this next drawing, I want to create a cute and festive llama. So I'm going to start off by drawing its head as an oval shape. And then I'm adding some tufts of fluff around its head. Now I'm drawing its ears as ovals, but they're still pretty pointy. And now I'm drawing its flowing scarf. Then I'm just going ahead and drawing the body. Again, I'm using pretty large patches of fluff to create this llama. I'm drawing its legs, and then finishing off with the tail. Now I'm going ahead and getting my pencil and I'm increasing the opacity of it, and I'm also increasing the size of it a little bit just to emphasize some of the features of the llama. And I'm drawing the face right now, which I will end up changing later. And then I'm just adding some more fluff and emphasis around its other features. Now we're on the inking portion, so I'm grabbing a brown color and my fountain pen like usual, and I'm just inking the features that I want to keep. I ended up drawing this kind of circle of fluff around the llama's face just to make it look a little more poofy, and this is where I changed the face just a little. Now I'm just going ahead and inking the whole body. At this stage, I'm going to start adding shadows to my llama, so I'm getting the same brown color and I'm just coloring the areas where I want the llama to have shadows. And since I want all of that shadow to be blended out seamlessly, I'm just taking a lighter brown color and blending it out. So this is what my llama looks like right now, and at this point I'm going to take a warmer brown color and I'm just trying to add in some more depth and shading. So this is what the drawing is looking like right now. Now I'm going to select the airbrush tool and then get a nice warm brown color, and I'm just airbrushing the whole thing. After airbrushing, I'm selecting the blending tool and I'm blending everything out. Then selecting the fountain pen with that same warm brown color, and I'm adding some more depth and dimension. After that, I'm taking the same fountain pen and increasing the size of it so I can get some nice, thick, fluffy strokes. So for the rest of this process, I'm just using the exact same fountain pen on the exact same size, but I'm just changing the color so I can still add some more dimension to it while keeping that fluffy look. Now I'm grabbing a lighter color and adding some highlights. And now I'm working on the eyes. So now I'm taking a darker brown color and adding some details to the face. And then I'm taking the brown color and I'm just outlining the entire llama. Now I'm working on the rug that the llama has on its back, and even though Christmas is past, I still want to make sure that this llama looks festive, so I'm using green and a pastel version of red and just outlining all of that. And then I'm adding some festive little decorations to the rug, and I'm adding some beads as well. Now I'm working on the scarf, so I'm taking a light blue color and I'm just taking darker versions of the color just to give it some more depth. And then I'm adding a highlight. And just for a nice little festive touch, I decided to add a string of light bulbs around this llama's scarf, and I figured out a really cool way to make these light bulbs look like they're glowing. First you put down the darkest version of the color, then you keep making the color lighter whilst layering the colors on top of each other to create that glowing light bulb look. And to take this a step further, I even decided to take my airbrush and create little rings of light around the light bulbs to make it look like they're actually glowing. And after this, I decided to write Merry Christmas, and I did create this drawing during Christmas time, so I just decided to write it, and now I'm just outlining it in black. And now this drawing is all complete. I really enjoyed drawing this, and hopefully if you followed along with me, you enjoyed drawing it too. It was super relaxing and super fun to create. And that is it for this video. I really enjoyed creating all of these drawings, and hopefully you decided to follow along as well and learned a thing or two about how to use Sketchbook. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!